Welcome back, everyone, to the Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here on NCAA Football 14 as the number 24, 4-2 ranked Westlake Hornets head to Salt Lake City to take on their rival, the Utah Utes, in the Great Salt Lake Clash. All time in the Salt Lake Clash, Westlake has a 3-2 series advantage, as this is the sixth time these teams have faced up against each other. The Hornets got the win last year in triple overtime, 69-66. That was an amazing college football game. Pretty much all offense. So if you liked offense, you definitely liked watching that game. Something very interesting is on a campus visit for Utah this week is the number 2 defensive tackle in the country, Demetrius Stevens, a player who Utah isn't really in the battle for, but Westlake is. And the Hornets would love to impress Stevens, who will be visiting the campus later this season. So he gets to watch 2 Westlake games. If the Hornets can impress him with their current defensive tackle, that should be no issue, as that's QJ Casimir. Casimir has 6 tackles for loss in the past 2 weeks and has been the most dominant player in the country. Welcome to Rice Edsel Stadium here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Not a great day for football, but still a day for football nonetheless, as the 4-2 number 24 ranked Westlake Hornets take on the 3-2 Utah Utes, who will be getting the ball first. Here's the Utah offense led by senior quarterback Lee Rhodes, who's not thrown an interception all year. As Rhodes looking to throw it, he's going to find his running back Darius Jackson, who loses 5 yards. He was covered like a blanket. That's Chip Barron, who was right there. Don't get the decision by Rhodes to throw it. Here is Champ Britton, who has started the past 4 seasons against the Utah Utes. Last week he threw 3 touchdowns against his younger brother Chris Britton in Tennessee, as he will find a redshirt junior Michael Wilson for a gain of 25. It is 2nd down and 11 for Westlake, as Champ Britton and the reigning Heisman Trophy winner Alex Ellis are in the backfield. Britton looking to throw it. Britton up the middle for an open man. That's Everett Lemieux, the speedy sophomore, for 21. This is play number 9 on the drive. 3rd down and 4 for Westlake, as it's going to be a run. Alex Ellis stuffed up like Thanksgiving turkey. He loses 2. Andrew Oliver with the tackle. Westlake was able to get a field goal from their sophomore kicker Matt Fellows, and they take a 3-0 lead. The Utes have the football back. Lee Rhodes on the option. Has a 1st down. Coker can't bring him down, and he's pushed out of bounds by Agobo Anecho. Utah is now in the red zone for the first time today. Let's see what they can do, as it's been a very quick start to the drive, mainly because of a long run by Rhodes. And there's Alex Coker. He makes the tackle on that play, and Darius Jackson Jr. loses 3. Other than the nice run from Rhodes, both run defenses have been very solid today, as it's a 5-wide set. Lee Rhodes has no friends in the backfield. He finds McClellan, and J.J. McClellan brings it to the 1. Utah is inches away from the end zone. Let's see if they can punch it in and take the lead, as it's going to be a handoff for Darius Jackson Jr., who will find it, and the Utes take the lead with 1:15 to play in the first. This is the Trojans' first non-conference game. They're 6-0 so far, and it looks like they prefer conference games a lot more, as they're currently losing to Memphis. If the USC Trojans actually do lose to Memphis, then that would make the Pac-12 conference look really bad, as it's 1st down, 35 seconds to play in the first quarter, as Champ Britton scrambling like he's late on a date. Britton sacked for a loss of 1. He is hit hard to the ground by Dustin Casey, who already has 7 tackles. Dustin Casey has been flying all over the field today. He is projected for 28 tackles and 8 for a loss if he keeps up his pace, as Britton off his back foot for Everett Lemieux. That's how the first quarter ends, and we've got ourselves a pretty solid game so far. The Utes lead at 7-3. 3rd down and 5 for Westlake. The Hornets are 0 for 1 on 3rd down, as I don't know if they're quite in Matt Fellows' field goal range yet. Britton looking to throw it. Britton has an open man. That's once again Everett Lemieux, and Lemieux brings it to the 6. It is now 1st and goal at the 6. Michael Wilson is the motion man. Britton fumbles it. Wilson picks it up. I guess it was supposed to be an option, and it didn't quite work out. But luckily for Westlake, they don't turn it over. Now Westlake is backed up at the 13. 2nd and goal, as Champ Britton looking to throw it. Britton, he will find his fellow senior Batseyo Yaluko for the touchdown, and the Hornets will regain the lead. The Utes will be starting at the 43 after a really nice return by Jovan White. as on first down. Lee Rhodes, I forgot his name, and Darius Jackson in the backfield. It's an attempted option, but Isaac Solomon stuffs him up like Thanksgiving turkey, and that'll be a loss of 4. Westlake has the lead, and they have the football. Let's see if they can take advantage. 2nd and 9. Britton and Ellis in the backfield as Champ Britton up the middle finds a wide open Michael Wilson. Rumbling, bumbling, tumbling, and he brings it to about the 4-yard line. It is 1st and goal for 4. Westlake is 2 for 2 in the red zone with a touchdown and a field goal as Britton has a wide open man. That's Everett Lemieux, who's had a busy day so far. He's been really good. And the Hornets extend their lead as Champ Britton continuing his monster performance. 1:55 left to go until halftime. Utah has 2 timeouts. They know they need to score some points, as remember, the Hornets start the second half with the football. Jackson and Rhodes, of course, at the backfield. Lee Rhodes looking to throw it. He has plenty of time, and he has a wide open man, but he's out of bounds. The booth will review if Jovan White is in bounds. Remember, in college, you only need 1 foot in, and it doesn't look like he got it, so the play will likely stand. So it turns out the booth ended up reversing that call, but it didn't matter because Utah still had to punt it anyway. Champ Britton, he has a wide open man deep down the field. It's Michael Wilson who will take it to the house, 61 yards. Britton's 3rd passing touchdown of the day. And the Hornets will extend their lead as the redshirt junior was wide open. There was nobody in a 50-mile radius. And Wilson for 6. After the first quarter, this game looked like it'd be very exciting, but now it looks like a disaster for Utah. And to make things worse, Sean Briggs had a nice kick return, and the Hornets are in a wonderful position as Britton tosses it off one of the Utah defenders. That's his 2nd fumble on an option, and this time it's Chris Beckett who picks it up. On 4th and 2 in the red zone, the Hornets decided to just take the points, and I agree with that call from head coach Mason Conway. The Hornets don't need to score a touchdown. As on 3rd and 4, that's Isaiah Alexander for a nice conversion, getting 21. If there's one thing Utah's done good, that's stopping QJ Casimir, as he's been non-existent in the first half. As Rhodes, he will find an open man. That's Jovan White for a nice gain of 22. Darius Jackson has a sprained wrist. He will return soon, but he could be very useful on this play. 4th and 1. The Utes are going to go for it. This is definitely the right call, as it's going to be a pass. I don't think anyone expected that. Westlake defensive coordinator Mike Peters sure didn't. And that'll be a touchdown for the tight end, Mike Allen. We have another EA Sports Studio update as the Memphis Tigers still have the lead, 24-21 over the Trojans. Roman Denman has been phenomenal, as he has 2 touchdowns, but other than that, USC is really struggling. Westlake's offense has definitely been a sight to watch, as Champ Britton has had one of his best games of his senior season. Fake handoff for Ellis. Champ Britton scrambling. Has a wide open man. That's Lemieux. Everett Lemieux will gain 23. He's almost in the red zone. Westlake ended up going for another field goal with Matt Fellows, who's 3 for 3 today. Don't get to say that about him too often. Is on the option. Chip Barron wraps Rhodes up like Thanksgiving turkey. That's how the 3rd quarter ends. Looking good for Westlake as they lead at 30-14. It's not out of reach for Utah, but it's also unlikely. The way Utah's offense is playing, they certainly still have a shot, as it is 2nd down and 6. The 2nd stringer is in for Westlake, or at least the 2nd string defensive lineman, as Sean Briggs with the tackle for a loss. Briggs has improved each and every week. Maybe not this week, he hasn't made as many plays, but he has definitely continued to improve as a safety. He did not play safety in high school. He was more of a corner. 4th and goal, and Utah is going to go for it. Mason Conway wanted some time to talk with his defense, so he used a timeout as they have 2 remaining. Rhodes finds a wide open man. That's Isaiah Alexander with the touchdown, and Utah wants to make this a game. A 2-point conversion would make it just an 8-point deficit. The booth is going to review it. Based off of my eye, it looked like he got a foot in, and he got both feet in, so that'd be a touchdown in the NFL as well. And I know they're not going to reverse it. The booth reviewed the catch. Alexander actually got both feet in, and Utah's going to go for 2. Definitely the obvious play call is Lee Rhodes. Under pressure, he finds Mike Allen, and a comeback might be possible, folks. It's just an 8-point game. Utah is thinking comeback. However, they need to actually get a stop first on defense before it's possible. 2nd down and 9, Britton. He has a wide open receiver. That's Ayo Yaluko, who gets just past the 50 for a gain of 25. Utah's run defense has been solid, as Alex Ellis only has 17 carries for 79 yards, which is still very respectable. But the Utes' pass defense has been very lackluster. They're down in 10. A huge play, and Britton is sacked. The first sack for either team. That's David Chase. And a comeback is actually possible now, as Westlake's actually going to have to punt. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion tie this game up. Utah, remember, was down 27-7, and they're really coming back. This is a legit possibility, but not when Isaac Solomon is dominant. When Solomon's dominant, this offense won't be able to move anywhere, as Darius Jackson only gains 2. I accidentally said Darius Jackson gained 2. I meant to say he lost 2. As Rhodes, risky throw, what a pass, and Doug Alford makes the catch. Utah now has it at the 45, on an option, Brock Rivero with a monster of a hit, and Rhodes loses 4. Brock Rivero with a huge stop as Rhodes, over to Allen, he gets by McNamara, there goes Mike Allen out of bounds at the 29. Utah just called their first timeout, which I don't agree with, because now if they don't get the 2-point conversion or don't score, they're going to have to bank on an onside kick, or hoping they can make a miracle with no time left, as Darius Jackson was supposed to lose about 7 on that play, but instead he scores a touchdown, and now Utah has to go for 2. Here we go, folks. Can Utah tie up the game with 53 seconds to go? Rhodes looking to throw it under pressure. He's still under pressure, fakes the sack, but Brock Rivero is still there to make the play, and now the Utes need an onside kick. And that is why Utah should not have used a timeout. Onside kick, and it's recovered by Ayo Yaluko. That'll pretty much do it. The clock is ticking away. Westlake has their punting team on the field. As Prompel, it will go out of bounds. Doesn't want to risk a return. That's how this game ends. What a comeback from Utah, but it was not enough as the Hornets win it by a final score of 30-28. They win their 4th straight game, improving to 5-2. I believe that'll make them 3-1 in conference. Utah goes down to 3-3. Next week, Westlake has a bye week, their first bye week since week 1, so that'll give them some good time to rest up.